So here's a what if that's been kind of on my mind for a while, and as you can see from the title, what if Wakanda was in the DC universe? So let's just say, like, in this what if scenario, we take all of Wakanda, just literally every single bit of Wakanda, and put it in the Marvel universe. Like, we have Black Panther, we have Shuri, we have all of that, and we kind of, like, what would it be like if Wakanda was, like, how would the rest of the DC universe interact with them and vice versa? So, let's get started. So also, with Black Panther here, we're also going to have vibranium in the DC universe as well. So that's going to be another element to this story as well. So, how would politically Wakanda, be? What would Wakanda be like? I think it would be very isolationist, but I do have a caveat to that, where I think at the bare minimum there would be an alliance between them and Gorilla City. Like, I think Wakanda, since it's so elusive, and so is Gorilla City. Like, I would imagine that, like, if at some point in this new continuity, like, the Wakandans and the gorillas from Gorilla City were like, hey, what's up? And, like, there would have been a war, but then they're like, hey, let's scratch each other's backs. Let's keep our society secret for one another's sake, and we'll do some trade. Like, we'll do trade, we'll do all of that. You guys seem like some reasonable guys, and they're like, right on. So I think T'Challa, T'Challa, who would be in the scenario King of Wakanda, T'Challa and King Solivar would actually be, like, pretty tight. I really do feel like that would be the case. Also, when they come out into the world, I do think that, like, unlike him and, the beef between T'Challa and Namor, I think T'Challa and Arthur would get along really well. Like, Arthur would be like, from one king to another, I understand why you hid your people for so long to protect them and all of that. But you also, like, I think Arthur would be like, you kind of damaged yourself too because you didn't showcase yourself to the world. And he goes, and that worked out so well for Atlantis, right, dude? He's like, touche. But the one person I think T'Challa would have the utmost respect for, and the one person he would be like, if anyone's welcome in Wakanda, it's you. Diana. I totally think Diana would be a welcomed emissary from Themyscira into Wakanda. She would be a honored guest. She would, I really do think that, like, T'Challa would see, like, this warrior queen. Not to, like, I don't think he'd try to marry her, but see, like, the Themyscirans would be the ultimate ally on Wakanda's side. They're both from ancient traditions, they're both warriors, and they think like warriors and rulers first, and heroes second. That's always been T'Challa's thing. And Diana's thing to an extent, too. I also think, like, Diana would actually talk sense into T'Challa if he went too far, because he does go far sometimes. So I think that would be the case, too. Now, as for Superman, I think, like, he would be kind of hesitant around Superman. And also, like, if you don't think T'Challa would be keeping, like, a vibranium kryptonite suit in his, like, suit with kryptonite claws in case Clark or, let's say, Kara or Zod came by, yeah, you'd be a fool not to think otherwise. He would be like, I like you, Superman, but you're also unbearably naive. Oh, and he and Bruce would fucking hate each other. T'Challa and Bruce would totally not get along. Like, I could see, like, Bruce trying to sneak in, like, Batman trying to sneak into Wakanda, and, like, the, Dora Milaje, the word got away from me. The Dora Milaje and Shuri and T'Challa just, like, sitting there like, hello, Bruce. Fancy running into you here. So, like, I could see, like, Bruce trying to, like, get his hands on vibranium, but no matter, like, T'Challa would just keep it out of his hands, and I think there would just be dick measuring between him and Batman. And I think there'd be a point where it's like, does it just bother you that I just have more money than you, Bruce? And Batman would be like, dick. So, of the Trinity, I think T'Challa would get along with Diana the most. Everyone else you'd kind of keep an arm's length from. But, like, Arthur and Diana, those two I think he would have a lot of respect for because they're both rulers like him. Well, technically Diana's a princess, but still, she still has that, like, royalty to her. Not to say, like, he doesn't get along with everybody, but, like, this is a T'Challa who would be beset. If you don't think he'd be beset by way more enemies, yeah, there's like him and Luthor would be going at it. Like, Lex Luthor would want all the vibranium he could get his hands on and try to get it to T'Challa no matter what. Darkseid would try to an invasion. I think fucking everybody. If you thought the Marvel universe wanted Wakanda's vibranium, yeah, the DC universe is chock full of people who would be chomping at the bits, and Lex Luthor would be at the front of that motherfucking line, just waiting to get their hands on vibranium. I also do think that Black Panther would kind of resist joining the Justice League. He did he did resist joining the Avengers, but I think like he would be kind of worried because like he kind of like I think he would view Clark as like a super like you claim to be for everybody, but like truth, justice, and the American way. Am I right? And he goes, it's truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. And he goes, a better for tomorrow for who? And also, I have no doubt in my mind T'Challa would figure out he would bust into could literally sneak into the Hall of Justice or even the Watchtower and be like, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, Barry Allen, Hal Jordan, Diana, J'onn J'onzz. That's the thing. Like, he broke in, busted some heads in the Avengers, and then told them, "Oh, I know who you all are. I know who you all are. This was a courtesy, my dudes. Now imagine if I came in here with hostile intent." But I think he would come around to it. I think he would respect Superman after getting to know him. But I also see like him and Bruce would just if there was a problem within the Justice League, I think Bruce and T'Challa would be at each other's throats trying to figure out what is the best way, and both like trying to do it their way, because it'd be like two alpha dogs trying to get ahead of the pack, you know what I mean? So yeah, I do see also politically that Wakanda would be, I think they would like keep their hand, like keep way more out of political stuff, because again, they would like T'Challa would acknowledge the danger that Luthor would bring if he got him of all people got a hold of vibranium. Not only that, I think he would also like keep his hand, like keep out of like Bagalia, all these other countries from the DC universe, because they would like those like these forces are like way more gung ho of getting hold of vibranium than you might believe. So yeah, I think it would be a more isolationist Wakanda for a longer time, but once like Black Panther and the others get to know the Justice League, I think they would be on easier terms, especially if Diana and Arthur are like Aquaman and Wonder Woman are the ones, kind of bridging that gap. Again, I don't see like him and Arthur having that kind of rivalry that him and Namor did, because Arthur isn't a fucking asshole. He's he cares about his people, and like if there was some kind of trouble between him and Atlantis, he would like go to T'Challa first and be like, from one king to another, I want to talk to you. I'm not going to declare if something happened. I want us to talk first. Like, I want us to talk first and get down to the to brass tacks before or my brother Orm's going to throw a fucking shit fit. So there you go. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if Wakanda was in the DC universe? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.